Did you know that up to 1/3 of all dogs might go missing at some point in their lives? And here's the heart-wrencher. A staggering 80% of those lost dogs might never find their way back home. Time really is of the essence if you want to successfully find your dog and bring them back to the safety of your home. With some simple steps, you can increase your chances of bringing your furry friend back into the family fold by being prepared ahead of time, and then should your dog go missing, help you quickly come up with an action plan to successfully bring them home. Stick around to the end where I'll let you know how you can be alerted in the very first instant your dog leaves your property, and then how you can track them even if you're away from home. Let's get into it. Microchip the right way. The first step is to make sure that your dog is microchipped, and also to make sure that your dog's microchip number is included in your national database. In some countries, there may be a number of different databases, so you should speak to your vet about which one is best to put your dog on. And then finally, you need to make sure that all of your details are kept up to date, so that if you do change cell phone numbers or if you move, your dog's microchip details on that national database are current. The next step is take photos to prepare for the potential that your dog could go missing. Make sure that you've got some really clear photographs of your dog taken from different angles at their current age, and that they highlight any distinctive markings or patterns on their coat. This could make a real difference when it comes to identifying your dog from a number of similar dogs that may be found in a shelter, for example. Once you know that you have those preventative measures in place, the steps to take if you find your fur baby missing look like this. Checking your home. When your dog does go missing, the first step is to stay calm and double-check your house, making sure you've checked your garage, you've checked your shed or any structures on your property. Be sure to check underneath your house. It may be that your dog has chased a cat or a rodent, for example, and became stuck somewhere. So take a deep breath and double-check your entire property. Get on the phone. Once you have confirmed that your pup is missing from your property, then now is the time to call all of your local veterinarians, any emergency clinics in your area, all of the shelters, the rescue organizations, and dog control. Everywhere that your dog may have been taken. You should also make sure that this area is actually quite wide, even within a 50-mile area. That might seem overwhelming, but a quick Google search will help make sure that you tackle everybody. A top tip for dealing with local shelters is to make sure you visit them in person as well as giving them a call. It may be that there's a number of different people working there and they're not completely up to date with any new dogs that have been brought into that shelter. I recommend going repeatedly over a number of different days and looking in person to make sure that your dog isn't there. Now, if your dog hasn't been turned in anywhere, it's time for a local search. Get to searching your local area. It can really help to involve friends or neighbors in this to make sure you can cover a lot of ground quickly. You do need to make sure that any search is thorough, slow, and systematic. Make sure that you're knocking on doors, you're asking neighbors to check their garage and their outbuildings too. You need to also check off the areas where you have looked. You can use something as simple as Google Maps to make sure that you don't miss any streets, alleyways, or neighborhoods. Check at different times of day and even during the night. You clearly need to keep yourself safe if you are searching at night, but it could be that your dog is hiding because they're in an unfamiliar area. When things are quiet, there are fewer people out and about, and there's less traffic. Your pup is more likely to hear you calling for them, and they're more likely to come out of hiding to be reunited with you. Up next, a poster campaign. When your local search draws a blank, now is the time to get to making posters. This is where those photos in step number 2 can come in really handy. Any posters that you make really need to catch people's eyes so that they'll stop and read them. Use bright colored paper, large fonts with big colorful writing, and have really clear photos on them. Include specific details in your dog's description. Include any distinctive markings with the photo that clearly shows them and a detailed description of any characteristics that may not show well in a photo. They also need to have really clear ways to get in touch with you. I'd suggest at least a couple of different ways. Now that could be a cell phone, email address, or even a social media handle just to make it really easy for people to get in touch with you at any sighting or if they physically have your dog. As for where to put those posters, really focus on high traffic areas like power poles, if allowed in your area. Also, consider any friendly coffee shops or grocery stores and businesses that may be more than happy to help you find your dog by putting a poster by the till, for example, or in the window for lots of people to see. The next step is to use the power of media. Use the media, social media for instance. Most areas will have a local pet lost and found Facebook group, so make sure you're posting your dog's details there. Don't forget to include the area where he was last seen. It seems obvious, but I've seen many posts that don't even include the city and leaves the person trying to help you look for your dog lacking very important information. Also, any local Reddit groups posted on Craigslist and anywhere else lots of people in your neighborhood hang out online. Social media is a great tool to publicize the fact that you are looking for your lost dog. Don't forget to update your own Facebook page, your Instagram, Snapchat, wherever it is that you hang out online. Make sure that you include the fact that your dog is missing. Have some great photos and keep those feeds refreshed so that people are more likely to see it and more likely to take action to try and find your dog. If you have a local newspaper, get in touch with them and list a missing ad, or even ask a local radio station if they'd run a piece about your missing dog. Don't forget to include any aspects associated with your dog's disappearance, such as strange vehicles slowing near your property, someone seen paying attention to your dog for long lengths of time when you aren't home, and perhaps even a stranger putting your dog in their car. Note things as simple as colored ribbons or bags tied somewhere on your property, as this can indicate that your dog has been marked to be stolen. If your dog has actually been stolen, then those dog nappers will find it increasingly hard to actually sell your dog to someone if your dog's story and pictures are everywhere. They will be more likely to then abandon your dog where they're going to be found and reunited with you. And then if you can afford it, also consider running ads on Facebook, in your local newspaper, on the radio, and offering a reward just to motivate people a little bit. Extra to find your dog. Because time is of the essence, early warning and tracking can really help. In your search for your lost dog, wouldn't it be great if you could be alerted as soon as your dog left your property and then actually track them simply on your phone? Well, that's something that you can do with tracking locators and activity monitors that attach to your dog's collar. Something like the whistle go or the fit bark will alert you if your dog leaves their pre-designated safe area at your home or yard, and then you can easily track your dog's location on your cell phone as long as they remain within cell reception themselves. This can be a simple and very powerful way to quickly find your pup and to bring them back to safety. As an added bonus, the whistle go and the fit bark will also alert you to signs and symptoms of poor health, for example, skin disease and arthritis, and just generally feeling unwell. They can be a really valuable addition to your pet's healthcare plan in general, regardless of whether they go missing or not. I've included product links in the video description. If you're watching this video, chances are you're a dog lover and know how important it is to keep your furry friends safe. I hope these tips help you to be prepared in case your dog becomes lost and to help reunite with them quickly. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.